But we begin tonight with the tension spreading across college campuses amid demonstrations over the Israel-Hamas war. At USC in Los Angeles tonight, a peaceful march protesting the war in Gaza, then turning into a chaotic scene. Police removing tents, soon scuffling with protesters. The campus entrances have been closed tonight. Students must now show an ID to get on campus. At the University of Texas in Austin, state troopers in riot gear, some on horseback moving in, several arrests tonight. And at Columbia in New York, the university giving protesters who set up those tents until tomorrow night to leave. Late today here in New York, House Speaker Mike Johnson with Republican lawmakers booed by protesters calling on Columbia's president to resign. A tense scene on so many campuses tonight. ABC's Matt Gutman leading us off at USC.
Tonight, pro-Palestinian protests over the war in Gaza erupting across this country and tearing college campuses apart. At USC in Los Angeles, police clashing with protesters after taking down their tents and signs, trying to force their way through the crowd. Some of the protesters pushed to the ground, then others surrounding this campus police car. Several hundred protesters have been here for at least 4 hours at this point. But as they've been chanting behind us, this cordon of security that we've been seeing has gotten closer and closer. At the University of Texas in Austin, a crackdown from state police in riot gear using bikes and horses to push back that sea of students occupying a mall. Officers arresting more than 20 people.
It's a mess. It's very chaotic.
UT officials saying they will not allow this campus to be taken. It comes as students at Harvard and Brown today set up new encampments in solidarity with protesters at more than a dozen other colleges. Students demanding their school divest from companies that profit from Israel's war in Gaza.
We're not okay with our tuition, our money going towards genocide. We want the university to divest from death.
At Columbia University, ground zero for this new wave of protests. The U.S. Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, greeted with boos from the crowd as he called for the university president to resign after meeting with Jewish students who say they'd been targeted on campus.
A growing number of students have chanted in support of terrorists. They have chased down Jewish students. They have mocked them and reviled them. They have shouted racial epithets.
Some Jewish students pointing to videos like this one, a woman in front of pro-Israel protesters with a sign reading Al-Qassam's next target, a reference to Hamas's military wing. Columbia's President Manu Shafiq under fire since she was grilled on Capitol Hill last week about anti-Semitism on campus.
Death to the Zionist state. Jews out. You don't think those are anti-Jewish?
Completely anti-Jewish, completely unacceptable.
So you change your...
Back at USC, activists in heated arguments.
You don't have to invest. You got America.
And tonight, USC closing campus to anyone without a university ID. David, just over the past half hour or so, we've noticed the campus security here has put on those helmets. There are batons. The LAPD is just outside the gates of the school, as is the LA Fire Department. And Speaker Johnson today saying that he will speak personally with President Biden, asking him to put a stop to these protests across the country, even using the National Guard if necessary, David.
Matt Gutman live in Los Angeles, a familiar scene across this country tonight. Matt, thank you.